Warning. It is the opinion of the Forestry Productions LLC and the Working Perspectives podcast that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You have been warned, so if you decide to listen to the recording, then don't complain about the language.
You know what? The only thing that we are professionals at is beating our dicks. Tell you that right now.
Yeah.
We haven't
We
haven't committed more time to any other thing in our entire lives.
I've always maintained my amateur status just in case it becomes an Olympic event. So I just want to say I've never taken a
Hell
dollar.
yeah. That's right. Attaboy,
Yeah.
Bern.
Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Strong Stem Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma Liam Reese, and the bad boy Bern Podcasy, Bern Podcasy. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok, the Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Strong Stem, how we doing, babe?
There was once a man named Puckett. His dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, if my ear was a cunt, I'd fuck it.
Goddamn. All right, Liam.
Shout out Chuck Mod's birthday just passed. Shout out Chuck Mod.
All right.
Follow that, Liam.
Yeah,
Follow
Liam.
that.
But how are you?
I'm good, but obviously not that good.
No one is. Benoit Podcasy, how are you?
Ready to start the podcast.
Very nice. Well, speaking of starting the podcast, this is the Working Perspectives podcast. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. Would you share it? Would you share it? Would you share it? Working Perspectives.
All right. So let's rehash. On the show this week, we aired the Arabella Del Busso episode. Really good show. Super cool chick. Loved having her on. We booked her again to be back on. She's gonna announce some big news soon. We're not allowed to give it out yet. But she's gonna be announcing some big news soon. So follow her on our socials for that. We'll have a link in the description.
But we know everybody. We know. We're on the inside, but we can't tell you just yet.
That is true.
I did know, but now I already forgot. But he knew. I knew, but now I don't know.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? But it is it's big news. And then we'll have her back on the show again soon. It's going to be super fun. She's a really, really cool chick. Really had a lot of fun with her. And then next week on the show, it's the return of the stars. It is the one and only Sara St Clair. Google her on incognito mode on not a work device. And but no, she was super cool. We booked her through Star Factory PR with Tanya Tate. Super cool chick, really cool story, a lot of fun, and interesting. And super excited to get her on and for everyone to hear her story. But on this show, what we're doing is bringing you headlines from around the globe. The headlines will be categorized into 3 different categories. The categories are Stupid Is as Stupid Does, Incredibly Incredible, and Sports and Speds. Strong Stem. Get us started off with some Stupid Is as Stupid Does.
So this is pretty fucking stupid. So I got my man Eric Tadeo Ramirez, right? This guy decides he lives on the border of Texas
Jewish.
and Mexico. He decides that he's going to steal $50K from the Del Norte cartel in Mexico.
Oh.
Now, when he steals this $50K, the reason he finds out is he's on a phone in like 20 miles over the border in America, talking to a friend at a party, talking about, I stole $50K. I ain't worried. We're back in America. They can't do shit. Say less. So an hour approximately after that phone call that he was heard
Jesus
or
Christ.
overheard talking about how he stole $50K from them,
Dipshit.
they pull up. There's footage of them in a blue Dodge pickup. That's when you know they're real Mexicans. Straight up Dodge. Like they didn't come with the nice Ford. Scooped them in the Dodge. And the last known footage is after they see his bloody face is of them blowing through the Laredo something bridge, the international bridge, right through the little, like, you know, in Philly, they got the little things that come down. You gotta pay to, They blew right through it to get back into Mexico because you're not going to chase him no more. And they got this who thinks he's okay because he's in America and the FBI will save him. Rip him back over there. They get him across the border. Of course, some lady sees him. She makes a phone call. And go figure, they can't find him right now.
Oh, no kidding. You don't say.
Maybe he got
Marco.
sleepy. Who knows, you know?
Yeah.
But so for you to think that you're safe
No
20
polo.
miles over a border, over a fake built line
Yeah.
to steal from the cartel, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Did
So
you guys-
they
did-
said Eric
yeah.
Tadeo Ramirez, not to fucking Deo, cuz they came back for him. Fucked your whole name up, yo. Come on.
Bro, I heard there was a thing that so for terrorists, right? They've never, knock on wood thus far, haven't snuck in through Mexico. And the reason is because the cartels control the border mostly,
course.
right?
Yeah.
And the US went to the cartels like, hey,
We'll let the drugs in.
Yeah, we'll let you guys do your thing down there, but if a terrorist comes in through your gates, we'll just let you know we're ending all of your shit. And
guess how many terrorists got in? None.
0.
None.
Knock on wood to the cartel. Big fan of the show. Listen to the show.
Hey, you know, it's like a proxy thing. It's like if someone, like they said, if someone was to attack, say they came in through somewhere else in America, you don't think Baltimore, New York, and Philly and Boston would kind of like create their own northern alliance to try to same thing. We're like, look, Mexico, we neighbors. Like I might not like that your dog shits in my yard, but if someone comes around, we gotta handle this, right?
Well, it was only about a month ago, right? It was a month ago. There were 4 Americans who drove down through Juarez to get a surgical procedure, right?
That was the funniest beginning to that story.
Yes, they got
'Cause it
jumped
clearly was
by
not
the
that.
cartel, kidnapped. Yeah, right. But that's
they were
the
down
story.
there. It was a drug deal gone wrong. That's what the news told you.
Right.
And then you saw
Right.
them. It was a guy who deals crack, and you were like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a surgery.
Two-
They weren't randomly grabbed.
But they were 2 Americans who, or for the 4 Americans, 2 were killed, who had a reasonable, quote unquote, reason to be there. And a week, and a week later, the 2 people who survived were given back, and then 4 dudes who worked for a car, 4 Mexican dudes were just handcuffed and left on the border. And the cartel was like, we're very sorry for this international incident. Here are the 4 people responsible. Now, the chances those 4 guys were the 4 people responsible are almost 0 to whatever.
Yeah.
But the cartel was like, sorry, America, here's 4 guys to try. And you're like, so we are really just
hold on,
dealing
guys,
with the
let's
cartel as like their own nation. You're like, okay, all right, deal.
Let's not say the cartel said sorry about anything. They
did.
They're good businessmen. Let's just say they're good businessmen.
Yeah.
But they sent a message saying, we are sorry about this transgression.
Bern,
we have no interest in
I just-
harming American nationals.
I know that note was cute, Bern, just like the whole thought of them going down there for a surgery. But when it was dudes from the hood that sell crack, and it was like a 6-year-old wrote that note, I'm pretty sure they were just like, you'll write something on here nice and go sit over by the border.
I am painting the cartel as a compassionate and law abiding and a tit for tat, and things are fair and things are not organization.
Ruthless organization. Yes.
I mean, all I know is that some people were kidnapped and they said, here are the guys who did it. We're very sorry they hurt you, and you can have them to try in your courts. Sounds fair to me.
Right. And smart.
Don't look to the right, because there goes all the fentanyl across the border. But look at the note and the 4 guys sitting right here. We're sorry.
Well, I just hope they don't come after us now, guys. All right. I mean, we've already put our foot in our mouths a little too much. Okay.
Come here.
Viva la raza? Can I throw in some Conan stuff? I mean, can I help it out? Should I speak
please.
Spanish? Would that help?
I
Will that
mean,
make things better?
me gusta los
Free-
culos de
Why?
grandes.
Free El Chapo.
Then
Why would they come after us? Between all of us, we've put several of their
Millions.
kids like in private schools and paid.
Sure have, Liam.
Yeah.
Sure have, Liam.
We
Yeah.
definitely have.
I'm
never-
the Ed Soros of the fucking cartel over here.
Yeah, they
I've
should
never
have
taken
no
this thing off
problems
that
with
plate.
us, dude.
I
Yeah,
might as well be-
added to that table.
We
I
were
might as
their
well be
number
the-
one customers for years.
Dog, I'm the Jew guy with the fro that stole all the money through the crypto to the fucking cartels. Same way he did it with the Democrats. That's me with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you think
sure.
cartels are mad at 20-year-old white people? No, they love 20-year-old white people. Those are their favorite people in all of America.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very good with the stupid is as stupid does there. Strong Sam. Nice. Love it. Lasmeeshma. What do you got for stupid is as stupid does?
We're gonna come back to the states.
Ooh.
Adams County, PA.
Oh,
A naked man driving a stolen school bus with a dead deer inside of it.
Every word of this is perfect so far.
led police on a chase spanning 3 counties. Guy's name was Tony Saunders. He crashed his BMW, then he stole the bus in Dillsburg at 7:10 a.m.
Oh, Dillsburg.
State police.
No,
in
7:10
Gettysburg-
a.m. is really what's going on there. Like,
Yeah, 7:10 a.m. He's raging hard still. You know what I mean? Crashes his Beamer, steals a bus. State police in Gettysburg issued a be on the lookout. They finally catch up to this guy, and as he's cutting through, like he's driving over curbs and sidewalks and stuff. He's cutting
Yes.
through. He's cutting through a giant supermarket, and that's when they like notice, like, all right, this is the guy because it's the only bus, driving like this.
in the Wendy's drive-through, it's the only school bus in the
Jumping
Wendy's drive-thru.
curbs.
It's got to be
Yep.
the guy.
So they finally catch up to him, and he pulls the old, all right, I'm going to pull over. Psych, and then take
Yes.
off. When the
In the
cop,
bus.
Oh, I
Yes.
love it.
when the cop pulls over and they start getting out of their cars, then he's like, psych, pulls off, gas pedal to the floor in a bus. I don't know how fast
Steve,
you
what's
actually pull off
the
when you do
pickup?
that.
What's the 0 to 60 in a school bus?
I'm gonna put it this way. I could backpedal quicker. And I'm past my prime.
When he took off again, he hits an embankment and loses control and almost flips the bus.
Respect.
He gets off of the bus, starts running, ditches the bus, then he ditches his clothes. They finally catch him.
He ditches his clothes.
Yeah, so he had clothes. Sorry, he had clothes on when he was like, in the chase and everything.
Yep.
But he ditches his clothes, take off. You know what I mean? They
Fuck
catch
yeah.
up to him. They finally run him down and everything. They ask him like, all right, dude. They charge him with like, fleeing, reckless endangerment, all that stuff. Receiving
Whipping his
stolen
wiener
property. Yeah, all that stuff. And then they ask him like, dude, there's a dead deer on the bus. What's with the fucking dead deer? He says he picked it up on the way and he was saving it so he could put it in his garden as fertilizer.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's a compost pile.
Right.
It's a multi-level. This guy's really planning his whole week out. Like, all right,
Now
here's
listen.
what I'm gonna do. Like
7:10
there'll be
a.m.
no consequences
Remember, this
from
is at 7:10 a.m. before a lot of people even get to work.
Now this is fucked up. First off, fuck Dillsburg, because I got hit with a speed trap there before on my way home from Maryland. And I didn't even know what Dillsburg was till the ticket came through. So fuck Dillsburg. But
Right.
this is the most PA story on earth because people don't realize how many fucking deer are in PA. So this
True.
deer might have
Everywhere.
just been collateral damage. I would like to know if it started with him in the bus or in the car.
I
or
thought
what.
it might have
Did he-
already been in the bus.
Did he?
Why
Yeah,
would
did
he-
some
yeah,
redneck
why-
already take
yeah.
it out? How
Yeah.
did this happen? Where did that deer come from?
He
I
picked
love
it up
that
by
he-
himself. They're not small animals, man. Like
Not
look,
at
even
all.
if you open the back door, like that's a tough.
There
Yeah,
wasn't a
tough
whole
life.
lot. There wasn't a whole lot in the form of details for the deer. It just says he picked it up like in his travels. You know what I mean? He clearly didn't have it with him when he crashed the BMW.
would've been
That's
dope.
a good point.
It would have been doper if he would have like skinned it in the bus and ran out like Braveheart with like the head over his fucking head like a goddamn Cherokee. That would have been fantastic.
Well, he had to.
I mean-
He had to stop at Home Depot to make sure he had his compost bags. You know what I mean?
Damn
he was
right.
He was thinking about his azaleas.
Yeah, he's got to get rid of that fruit
you know?
breakdown.
That's exceptional.
Nice. Liam, fucking good shout. I was thinking like why so he must have like whatever ditched the car and been like, wait, I'm leaving the car. but I'm taking this fucking deer.
I'm taking the fucking deer.
I'm not getting rid of this deer.
I'm
This is
taking the
like-
deer.
You can have my BMW, but god damn it, I'm taking.
You will not
my
have my
deer.
venison. You will not take my deer jerky, motherfucker.
Yeah.
A naked, a
fucking good.
nude man dragging a deer down the highway. Be like, they'll never know it was me. I ditched my sweater. They must have seen it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the most.
incredible.
And if anyone that's ever been to Dillsburg or Adams County in Pennsylvania, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere, understands how much deer mean to the people that live in that area.
For sure.
He's like, it could be him and like his crying infant. He'd be like, "Well, honey, at least I got the deer meat. You got to stay here, and you're in the car seat. You'll be fine. Your mom will get you.
Yeah.
Taking the
You're
deer."
You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. But I mean, dude, fucking deer jerky. Oh, the best.
Mhm.
The best. Bambi burgers.
Dude, the
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
You've had deer.
Raw
heart?
dog and bale.
First thing I ever ate, I never knew. Richie's mom used to make this fucking marinara with the deer heart, and it was the greatest thing I've ever eaten. And then I was like 8, and she was like, "That's the heart," and I was like, "I don't care.
That
I don't
good.
care."
I don't care either. I wouldn't
Don't care at all.
either.
I mean,
Yeah.
his
A
last
good
name
gravy
is
on it?
Sicola.
Yeah, with a nice gravy on it. Stop.
Oh,
Forget it. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm kind of want to try that now. I'd love to eat the heart of a deer
tender.
or of a small child, either one.
Well,
what, guys? No.
Jesus, Count Dracula, chill.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Steve, I'm going to go back to you for incredibly incredible. What do you got?
We're gonna jump across the pond to good old shit-smelling England, right?
Ooh.
So over there in dickhole England, this one it touched my heart. I love animals, right? So a 23-year-old Herman's tortoise named Eddie wandered out of the house and fell asleep in the garden. Sweet thing, right? 2 little kids at the crib, mom, dad, part of the family. They love this thing. Falls asleep in the garden. Well, Splinter decides he's going to run up and do a little gnawing on his legs because apparently the front, I don't know what the fuck you call them on it's not paws. I guess you call them arms on a turtle. The front fucking things that he walks on, they don't retract that well. The rears do, the
Yeah.
head does, everything else. So a rat rolled up while he was asleep, and when they get really cold, just like any fucking warm or cold-blooded animal, they fucking like freeze up. You know what I mean? So he couldn't really move. Well, the old rat decides he's going to run up on him and chew the fuck out of his legs and chew his 2 front legs off, right? Kids wake up. They're a fucking mess. They don't know where the pet turtle is. Where the fuck is Eddie? They're like, it smells like shit. We're in England. I can't find my turtle. Where the fuck is it? My dad's drunk. What is happening, right? They end up going out, finding the turtle, run him to the vet. They think he's going to die. He doesn't die. What do? They strap
Prosthetics.
wheels on this man.
Yes.
So now he goes double the speed he's ever gone. And there's video of this thing just kicking his. I mean, you can tell he's enjoying it.
Fastest turtle in the world.
It's
Fastest
just
turtle in the
running
world.
around all over the place. So now these kids are ecstatic. The world's right. Everything's good. But England, you still smell like I just shit in a porta potty.
Shit.
Shout out,
smelling
Eddie.
England.
Like New Jersey.
Yeah. Shout out, Eddie, for we're going to call him the turbo tortoise or maybe the Testarossa turtle. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's
This
all
guy's
right.
turtle in the
twice.
world, man.
Yo,
Oh, Fast
I thought
Eddie.
about this. I
Yeah,
thought about
Fast
this.
Eddie is a no-brainer.
Fast Eddie turned into fucking Blade. Remember the fucking queer from South Africa with the 2 pogo legs that shot the hot broad through the door?
The story.
This is him.
Poor
This
little
is
Ting
him.
Ting.
He is
Ting
I
him.
think he was. I think his parole was just denied like 2 weeks ago or last
Good, that
week.
piece of shit. I
Yeah,
hope he gets
I think
butt
he-
fucked in
it's-
jail
it
for the
just
rest of
came
his
out.
life.
Yeah, me too.
I think
I
he-
hope
He
I think
so.
his
shot an
parole was
innocent
denied
woman
last
through a
week.
fucking door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Piece
no
of
reason.
shit.
He's a
Piece of
twat.
shit. Yep.
So, man, that is, I mean,
Shout
shout
out
out
Fast
Fast Eddie. Fan of the show, listener of the show, big fan.
And
Nice.
still
Love-
the fastest turtle around
Fastest
right now 'cause
turtle
he got
in the world,
turbo
baby.
wheels.
Mm-mm.
Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he'd be more of like a Donatello because he's a gadget guy, right?
Yeah.
And listen, and I would feel different if I rolled back to the fucking sewer and had to look at Splinter and been like, "Why'd your cousin gnaw my legs off, dog? Like, come on, man. There ain't
Yeah.
no other thing
Wow.
to forage out here. I'm in a
Yeah.
garden. Eat
Yeah.
the fucking cucumbers and tomatoes. Don't eat me,
You know, my arms are small and delicious.
fucker.
All right.
Yeah.
Why
I
don't you
mean,
help
all
me
this time, the truce between rats and turtles have been, I mean, it's been so strong.
It's
but
now been severed.
It's done. Yeah,
You-
it's done.
You know, I can barely move my arms. I'm a
You're
prehistoric
replicable
animal, and I barely
damage.
work. What's
Yeah.
going
Yep.
on here?
Yeah, and
Give
you
me
were
some wheels.
trained by the great Hirokosaki.
So fucked up, man.
Rokosaki.
Fuck that rat, man. Fuck that rat.
All right, but really good shit. Lasmeeshma, what do you got for incredibly incredible?
So locals at the Westland Islands throw baby puffins off of cliff tops to help the birds to help stray birds take flight like towards the ocean because of like light pollution. When they're born or whatever, they're supposed to like fly out to the water and everything, but they get like all disoriented and stuff, and they end up like landing like in the town. So this town, they like get everybody together, they scoop up all these baby puffins and everything.
This is an incredible festival.
Then they climb up on cliffs and stuff, and then they just fucking launch them off the cliffs.
Hell yeah.
Like towards the ocean. And you should see the picture. The reason I picked this is because I started cracking up the picture that's with the article. I sent it to Matt. It's just this little kid yeeting this little baby puffling off the cliff, dude. It's so great.
Now, what country is this in?
This is Iceland.
Iceland.
The Westland Island. Yeah, the Westland Islands in Iceland.
Makes it much different because if you throw one North Wales asshole in there and we're getting that 2-man slingshot, and I'm taking that fucking bird, and we launching that bitch like a golf ball off the roof of Manayunk as far as it can go.
Hey man, you come up my way. We're finding a way to incorporate an M80 into that situation.
Dude,
you know
I don't
what
know
I mean?
if they would
Yes,
be
sir.
against. The town seems to love it. So it's the largest puffin colony like in the world.
So they live. They mostly live. Like
I mean that's because that's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
They're supposed to migrate.
They're just impeded by modern society, by not being able to like orient themselves the other thing. Maddie, have you watched any Puffin Island with your little adorable daughter?
No, I haven't. No.
It's not a terrible show. What's his name? The dude from the IT Report voices it. The guy from Bridesmaids, Irish guy.
Chris O'Dowd.
Chris O'Dowd is like the narrator of it. As
How
far
the
as
fuck do you know all these guys' names?
just
Madness.
yeah. But little kids, it's actually an adorable show where they just hang around and like look for shells and stuff. So I'm just picturing Chris O'Dowd be like, a nice day on the morning for the puffins, and then just a bunch of just crazy blonde people launching them off
Vikings,
icebergs,
yeah,
at an alarming pace.
I think it's awesome that they do that, dude. That they just fucking
it's gotta go well though, right? It's gotta go well. Like if they all fell into the water and died, you probably try that for 2 years, and you're like, all right, guys, it's probably not the the thing we make our solstice festival about, but so they got to be doing okay.
And
right?
What's the name of it called, Liam?
The Westland Islands in Iceland,
and it's called the Puffins Festival or something.
No, they didn't really call it anything. They just said
Puffin Chuck.
So it's on insider.com. Locals throw baby puffins off cliff tops on a remote island in Iceland to help stray birds take flight.
We should sponsor it. We should sponsor it next year. Puff.
What the fuck is a puffin? Like a shitty
puffin
pigeon?
is a really
it kind of looks like a penguin.
It's like a pigeon penguin combo. It stays real small. It's a bird, bro. It's a bird.
Yeah, birds suck birds suck. They're evil. Like you watch Nature is Metal Enough, and I've learned to hate birds because they're the most heartless fucking psychopath creatures ever.
Remember
prehistoric dog.
Remember
talk about us.
In the Arabella episode, they talked about the magpies too.
Yes.
Oh my god, I didn't know that was a thing.
There was one just on there where you see that guy that walked up with his dog with the 2 fucking eagles fighting, and the one's face was all bloody, and he had to like get fucking crowbar to untangle it.
Oh my god,
dudes just
that was
busy,
dude.
Dog.
The eagles legit were like the one eagle
enormous
was real messed up.
Oh, his face was covered in blood.
Yeah,
and the other one, and then the best was the dog.
Oh, they're enormous.
This guy's dog is like he like sniffed it because they were locked up, they call it or whatever, and they couldn't like get their talons apart. Yeah. He like walks up and sniffs it and like backs up and looks at his old man with the phone like,
we gotta go.
But I get involved in that. Yeah.
We gotta go, man. We should go. We should leave.
Dad, we found a dinosaur.
Like, and the dog was like, I guess, a medium-sized dog.
It was but a hunting dog. You could tell it was like one of those hounds, like a fucking whatever hound.
Yeah. Did you see the one where the eagle picks up the fucking little dog and the person's taping it and it's flying away with the dog? That shit was crazy, man.
Raptors don't give a fuck.
That's what they do.
Yes.
Dive and
kill.
Evade. See ya.
Dude,
got mine. See you never.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Damn.
Well, hopefully a raptor. Apparently, peregrine falcons like to sit on the side of cliffs and wait for you to throw some puffer bird off, so I could swoop down at 200 miles an hour and destroy its back and then grip it up.
They're the fastest
Steve, they're
animals
so
in the
cute.
world.
They're
right?
so cute.
Peregrine
They're so
falcon,
cute.
yeah.
They're like penguin pigeons. They're adorable. They have no
the best is
survival skills.
Like they show, they literally, this is part of like a known thing that they help design fighter jets after the Peregrine Falcon, specifically the one my uncle flew, an F-14 Tomcat, which had the ability, once it hit like a hyperspeed, the wings they would roll back and it would turn into just a triangle. So it's no longer a plane. The fucking wings cut back into the body. And they did that after the Peregrine Falcon because they would like watch it and it dives into the fastest fucking animal on the planet.
Yeah,
it's wild.
So birds are pretty cool.
Fuck that thing, heartless
Steve
prick.
hates birds. Fuck Macron and fuck birds.
And
That's how
fuck
Steve
Justin
rolls.
Trudeau.
Oh, Trudeau. I went with
How dare you,
Macron.
Bern?
Yeah, can't forget
I picked the other guy. Picked the other guy with the French accent.
It's all the same to me.
Sure. That old chestnut. Nice. All right, nice, good shit. All right, let's keep it moving then to sports and speds. Lasmeeshma, I'm going back to you. What do you got for spots and spades?
So all the baseball teams just had their opening day, and sports fans were roasting the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes,
for the pregame flyover that they had. So, like a lot of sports teams do, the Brewers had like scheduled the flyover with like the the fighter jets and everything.
Jets, yep.
The only problem is nobody could fucking see it because they have a retractable roof that was closed. Because in Milwaukee, when the weather is colder than 60 degrees, they shut the roof. So and here's the thing, the retractable roof can be safely opened while there's people in the park. So they could have opened it, watched the Jets fly by, and then closed it and had the game. But someone either A, didn't cancel the Jets, or B, didn't take the time to schedule to open the the retractable roof so they could see the Jets.
Nobody dropped the top
of it. Yeah, somebody took a video of it, and like you can't see anything, and they're just looking at a hole in the like when you like where all the stairwells are and everything.
Yes.
There's like a little gap you can see outside. So all you can see is you can hear the planes,
the rumble.
Then for like a second you can just see it like passing by on the side and then disappear.
Hell yeah.
So like they spent all this money for opening day and everything, and they fucking complete failure, dude. Fucking idiots, Milwaukee suckers.
Man.
Now I got a question. Milwaukee is Wisconsin, correct?
Yes.
How many days of the year you think it's above 60 in Wisconsin? Probably not many, right? So that roof's probably not. This guy should know better that in the beginning of April, end of fucking March, it's not gonna be warm enough in fucking Wisconsin to open the roof. So if we do hire the Jets, someone talk to this dickhead so we can open the roof for a second, please.
Or just when they interviewed these guys, like the Milwaukee Brewers, like their people, you can open the roof and close it safely, even with people in there. So why can't they open it for 30 seconds, do the flyover, and then close it? What the fuck is wrong with them?
Now, I'm not
18 minutes, Liam. It takes 18 minutes to open and close the roof.
And I'm not defending these speds, but
so
one
they
thing
just
is
didn't schedule it right.
Yep.
And I'm also not defending them. But do you really need to see the Jets? It's that sound and rumble that is the thing when it goes through like a sporting event. I could be blacked out at an Eagles game, which I 99% of the time allegedly am. And I'm doing the fucking Weekend at Bernie's walk, and I hear the you're like, oh shit, it's game time. They started. It's like the fucking gun at the beginning of like a track race. The second my drunk ass hears that,
I guess you're right. Opening day too. Half the people are probably all lit and would miss it anyway. Yeah, they're not even looking up to watch it anyway. But
Milwaukee was the one
kind of defeats the purpose, though.
Milwaukee was the one I keep seeing the videos where the dude was like had his dick out and was pissing in the middle of the concourse too, right? Wasn't that the Brewers? Anybody see that video?
No.
It was one of the opening day videos, and a guy's just literally standing in the middle where like a concession stand. And it's pissing all over the floor. I swear to God, it's a Milwaukee Brewers.
Did you see the one with the Dodgers fan who proposed? He jumped out on the field, proposed to his wife, and while he's on one knee with the ring in his hand, he just
got Dawkins. Dawkins
gets speared by the.
Saw that. Kind of like that though.
I did.
Yeah.
Fuck off my field. Go propose somewhere else, you dipshit.
She did say yes though.
How hot
good
was
for
she?
her.
They didn't show her though. How hot was she?
No.
Yeah, she was hot. You're right.
Yeah.
She-
Well, then I'll jump on the field and do it if
Yeah.
I gotta. Fuck
Got
it.
it.
Yeah,
out.
she was
Respect
like,
it.
I think she was like Puerto Rican or
Hell
you
yeah.
would love, you would
Oh,
love her.
Hell
hell
yeah.
yeah.
Respect to her. Respect to him. He went all out for that.
Yeah. Smart move. I would do it too. Gotta love Puerto
Chill,
Rican
Matt.
women.
Chill, Matt.
I mean,
Your
I wouldn't
your
do it
CTE
anymore.
just kicked in.
Yeah.
Your CTE just kicked in.
Right. Sure. Puerto Rican women, they're dangerous, and we all know it.
The most.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Nice. Good shit on sports and speds there, Lasmeeshma. Strong Sam, what do you got for spots and spades?
Listen, usually I'm joking around. I'm Mr. Funny, but I'm gonna get a little serious with this one because it fucking annoys me,
Do it.
right?
Yeah, please.
I got 2 nieces. I'm a quasi girl dad, I like to say. I'm very close
Sure.
with my brother. You know, I grew up in the
Right.
immigrant fucking upbringing.
Right.
So these girls are very close to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now become a sports advocate for them.
Sure.
If I have to hear one more asshole complain about what the LSU girl did,
Oh, with
it
the
Caitlin
finger,
Clark?
the,
I'm gonna
yeah.
fucking knock you out. 'Cause you don't know shit about sports.
Yeah.
You don't know
Nope.
shit about what's going on.
Nope.
And for Dave Portnoy specifically to say what
Yeah,
he said in that
fuck
little
off,
rant,
dude.
you're such a fucking. This is how I know you're a noodle and you have
What-
zero sports experience.
What did
he was
Portnoy say?
lighting her up that
Classless
it was
piece of
classless.
shit was
He
the
said it-
first
he
thing
said-
he wrote.
so-
Classless piece of shit was his
But
tweet.
the big
About
thing
a
he said
21-year-old
about a
girl.
20-year-old girl. Yeah.
But the big thing he said in his little rant was that name another sport where a person after the game chases down another person and does something. I can think of 5,000 off the top of my head. What are
Also,
you
it wasn't
talking about?
after the
In
game.
the moment,
It was during the game.
but the big one was after where she was holding the ring and doing a thing. It was right when it
Fuck
ended,
off.
right?
Yeah, but whatever.
100%. This bitch, again, shout out to both these girls because they're fucking ridiculous.
They're
and
both
especially-
ballers. They'll both be back next year, and hopefully they'll-
100%.
And if
100%.
women's college basketball has any sense in their mind, they'll schedule LSU and fucking Iowa as the first game of their
This is the-
season
this is the
next
first
year.
time-
You know what I mean? Like,
First time in my life I've ever heard more about the girls tournament than the
yeah,
guys.
dude.
sure.
It was better. They were better games.
And so, don't say that. But I love girls. Don't say that. So shout out.
Watch the
Shout
finals, man.
Yeah.
Sucked.
No. The
That game
layup line's
sucked.
not my the layup line's not my favorite though. But so the big thing was the big thing was this girl did this the whole tournament. She was and everyone was behind her. She did it multiple times, telling everybody how you can't guard me, the whole 9, right? So then this other girl who doesn't really get a lot of exposure because she's kind of hood, right? But I love it. She come from tough background, went to the University of Maryland, transferred out of Maryland, went to LSU quietly the whole year, averaged 23 points and 15 rebounds a game.
Yeah, she can play.
She's the best player
She
on
can
the
play.
national championship team.
Yeah.
So if I'm the best wrestler when I was in school on the team that we just beat the other best team in the country, I'm looking right at their best player.
Who
and
also
going-
had the other best wrestler in the country who everyone was talking about.
I am going off in the moment. And I tell people this
Of
all the
course.
time, right? So I have to constantly remind parents of this and me being a coach. Because again, anybody that's ever been there, you can't do anything but understand what's going on, right? So I always tell people that you can never judge. And again, I don't want to hear about that. They're not kids, they're grown-ups. Your fucking brain's not fully developed.
They're
You're 25.
20.
Whatever. Chill. But for you to act that way, you can never judge a person or a kid or even an adult in that moment after all the work they've put in for, 6, 7 months, years that are at this point, 20 years of those girls' lives.
Their whole life, man. Yeah.
For her to achieve that and know that this girl shit on a bunch of other people on her way there, and then just again, she wouldn't shit on them like over the top.
Guys,
for her to
this
shit back
is
on her,
okay. It's
you're
not the
out
end
of your
the world.
fucking mind. Yeah, you're a fucking noodle who never played a sport. If you're hating on this girl for what she did back to Kate, you're a fucking idiot.
And
You're an
Steve,
idiot.
Steve, here's the best part of this. They asked Caitlin Clark about it, and she was like, "It's all in the game, yeah."
100%. She was like,
Totally
because she did it to
unbiased.
girls.
Love
'Cause
it.
She did it to girls.
She didn't care. She was like,
That's what
"Yeah,
makes it better.
She got me in the finals. I hope to get her in the finals next year, and I'll
Next
be
year,
in her
yep.
fucking
Love
grill." Like,
it.
And
so the
and for
actual
both,
people involved understood what was going on there, understood it was part of the game, respected it, and then it takes a bunch of people to be like, "Oh my gosh, we're
best part-
so outraged about
the best part
the
is
girl
dude
she
tried
did
to
it to
outrage
was
it.
like, yeah, that was cool. She got me. Get her next time.
And the girl who did it was like, did I do something out of character? Because
What?
you guys acted like they were going to smoke us by 100 points. We had no shot. They were the team. She's the girl. Everything I saw everywhere was her. I had a better game than she had. So
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm the best player on my team. And I don't know if you guys know, but we're the champs. So, and like you said, the other girl, because she actually plays sports, took it on the chin. She was like, no, that's how it goes.
Like, yeah,
how it goes.
Got
Yeah.
us.
So
Them
listen,
the rules.
They
Them the
scored
rules.
102 points in a women's college basketball game.
Insanity.
They
Dude,
fucking dominated. Like,
all that aside, like, say you see that happen and you don't even agree with, like, say you don't agree with it or whatever. If you talk about it for more than like 5 or 10 seconds and like you're going home and you're stewing about it, and then he fucking makes like a whole video about what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You don't even know these people. You know what I mean?
right. What's going on in your day? You're telling me that you were so invested in Iowa LSU and the women's national team. Name 3 other players on each team.
Name 3.
And then you're allowed to be angry about it.
Name both girls involved. Name both girls involved. Who,
right.
Liam, this might be your cousin. She has the same last name as you. But
yeah.
So the girl from LSU is Reese.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
That's Liam's cousin that he didn't know.
Kid's possible.
True.
But yeah, you're fucking retard. Like, come on.
But yeah,
you can't.
Bottom line,
I mean,
Steve, you're totally right. Like, and it's all media pumping it up. When all was said and done, both girls involved were like, yeah, it's part of the game.
Now, are the girls
like,
go ahead, Liam.
No, if they don't care and you do, you're
why do you
definitely
care?
the asshole.
Right.
You're definitely the
You're
asshole.
a dipshit.
Exactly.
Right. I agree. And listen, I don't good publicity, bad publicity. It was an awesome story for the women's tournament and the push women's sports forward.
Women's
I
final
thought it was great, man. I thought it was
final
great.
Outviewed the men's final.
Yeah,
right.
I
So
thought it was
what
great.
you should be what they should be
Did it
doing
really?
right now, it sure did, because
Wow.
those games were close and it was on
You sure about
also,
that? Bert?
I am.
That's a real thing.
This year. It did.
That's never
How?
happened ever. That's never
For
ever
the-
happened in the history
for the
of
first
sports.
time.
Wow.
But they're finding out things too of like, because that game was at 2:00 on a Sunday, and that's like kind of a better time to watch a basketball game than 9:30 on a Monday night Eastern Standard Time. It's almost like the same reason they should have the Super Bowl on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, just give everybody a day off tomorrow, man. Why are we doing this? They already have 11 days off. But no, it was the best ratings they ever had. It outrated the men's final, and what they should be trying to do is
I still don't
build
believe
on
that.
this.
Did it
I mean,
really?
Yes.
Someone Google it. I don't
Wow.
believe that for a second.
12.5 million viewers on Sunday afternoon live for that final.
No
And-
shit.
UConn versus San Diego State. Did you watch a second of it, Steve? I love college basketball, and I barely checked in because that's a fucking wash. Like, I watched for 10 minutes, and I was
Listen, my opinion
that's a
doesn't
wrap
count.
on
I'm
that.
not playing this. I'm not playing this touch butt shit. So I
Matt,
wrestle. I'm
right,
not playing the touch butt sport.
okay, but then can you concede that you might not know how it's being viewed around the world? Like, I'm just saying, those games were actually more competitive, and those girls are shooting step back threes. LSU scored 102 points. Like, the reason we didn't like watching
that's
girls
awesome.
basketball growing up
because it was
every game was 44 to 44.
So-
right.
So the women's finals shattered the TV ratings records for that.
For them,
and the
yeah, yeah.
men's title game hits the ratings low for the men's this year. So that's how they outviewed it.
What were the two
Yeah.
numbers?
Uh
I want to hear hard stats on this. That's crazy.
5.7,
nuts.
9.9 million viewers for Louisiana State, topping Iowa, and 5.7 for
4 million. Average of
Wow.
4 million.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out girls basketball.
So instead,
Hell
so
yeah.
instead,
Shout out,
right, so
dude.
instead of
Hell yeah, you're a
everybody-
girl dad, Matt. Hell yeah. You
Yeah,
and
I'm
so
not
am I.
mad,
And
not
Leo.
mad
so-
at it.
Yeah, we all
It peaked at 12.6 million viewers.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
And
wow,
it's
that's
all,
huge.
and it's because Iowa was the sleeper, and you know what I
No,
mean.
no, no, no. Iowa was
Because
the one
they
who
were-
was the best player in the country,
Yeah.
and everyone's jerking her
But
off.
they
And
weren't. But they weren't.
LSU has like much better one-on-one players, and
Iowa was
you know
still
they're
an
just
underdog.
different.
It was,
Yeah,
listen,
weren't they
it
a
was
lower
two-
ranked
It was a
team?
2 seed versus a 3
Yeah, yeah.
seed. Neither
Oh,
one of them
okay.
were
So
the
they
ones.
weren't that low.
Yeah, no.
But
Yeah.
Iowa was an 11-point dog, I think, to South Carolina. To Don Staley's team in the
Oh
Final
yeah,
Four.
and South Carolina was the returning champs, right?
Yeah,
And
I
on
think
a-
they were like
and on a
12-point favorites, and
39
Iowa
game
won.
streak or 44 games to 39,
Right.
40 something game streak.
And
They
they
haven't
also-
lost in 40 games. Dawn
Yeah,
Staley.
and they also had the National Player of the Year, and
Yes.
then so LSU
and National
felt like,
Coach
well,
of the
we're
Year.
Yeah, and LSU felt like, well, we're awesome too. But if you're legitimately a part of sports media, I would imagine that you like sports, right?
Mhm.
So report the news, but also promote sports. So if we're talking about this is the most watched game in women's college basketball, and I watched it because I was around.
Talk
we had
the
a
fuck
birthday
about
party
that.
earlier in the day. It was talk about that, man.
Yeah.
Talk about that building.
Yeah.
Like,
I
because
agree.
both these girls are coming back to school next year.
Yep.
Like they're both coming back next year. They're both going to be still playing for
Talk
Iowa
about
and
it being a
LSU.
historic girls game and how awesome they played and everything else. Don't
Yeah.
talk about this fucking corny bullshit that happens in every NBA game on the planet where some guy's talking shit to another guy.
We
and
love
shitting
Marshawn
on-
Lynch grabbing his dick
The
and
fuck,
jumping
man?
backwards into the end zone. That's
The
awesome.
fuck?
I
What
love
the
that.
fuck? And it just made it.
I can't
it made
believe
it better.
anybody
Both
would
girls
care
got
about that.
It made it better that both girls came out and were like,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, you never played sports before."
Yeah.
Oh, so then you wouldn't get it. No, it's all good.
Caitlin Clark, the victim, was like, yeah, word,
Who's
whatever.
She
I'll
was
get
like,
her
"Who's
next
the
year."
victim? Did you see what I do to girls in the court? Who's the victim?"
I won
Never mind,
national.
we
I
good.
won national player. She's gonna have. She might have the biggest
NIL
NIL deal in like. I mean,
Probably
as a
women's
guy who watches
sports
college
history.
basketball, I can't think of a dude next year who has a bigger profile than she does.
True.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yep.
Girl
Shout out
guys.
Good
to
for
shout
her.
out shout out
Good
to
for
girls.
her.
Let's get
Yep.
our daughters paid, fellas.
Yep.
Come on.
Shout out girl sports.
Police. Nice. What do you got before we get out of here, Strong Stem?
While we're on this topic, is why I brought it up. I love my nieces. She had my brother hosted a tournament at Norgwen this weekend. They lost in the semifinals. They went 3-0 in the pool play with the number 2 seed. Won their got a
Softball?
bye. Yeah, got a bye into the quarterfinals. Won their quarterfinals, and then lost to the eventual champions, which they usually beat. It's just it's any given day, so they didn't play up to their best. And but shout out to them, and shout out my brother found out a cool ass thing. Shout out him for setting this up. Again, he also has a brother who's balls deep in wrestling. No homo, but he did a thing. The name of the tournament was Battle for the Belt. So he hooked up with this guy out in York by Bern that does belts, and he paid like I don't know $350.
Barbell.
This
Where the
dude
barbell
made,
company is.
this
my
dude
town.
made this dude made the most legit WWF like 40-pound metal leather strapped belt I have
Like
ever
that.
seen. Dogged out. I mean, this is I was like, oh, this is the dopest belt I've ever seen in my life. I mean, straight out of WWF, the most legit. And then these big then they went oversized with these like light aluminum medals for everyone that medaled. They gave you these like dope ass Flavor Flav style giant. So it was
They're
something different
huge,
than
but
your
like-
normal, than your normal trophy and your little gay fucking
That's cool.
medal that they get. So every girl that won got these huge gold like the pin chain or like
Nice.
the that. And then they got
Because
this
they all look the same,
enormous
right?
belt.
That one looks a little cooler hanging on your
Yes.
closet, the back of your closet.
Yes,
you
of
know what I
course.
mean?
And the belt was so dope. I wore it around and I was like, this thing is fucking wild. But
Steve
I
has
felt bad they
never
didn't win
Steve
it.
has never bumped into a championship belt that he didn't like.
It's very
That's
true.
true.
This one though was, I mean, I've been around a lot
No,
of
you're
belts in my life.
you're a connoisseur. That's what I mean.
This
Like,
belt-
you
this
know
belt-
of quality.
This belt top 5 dead or alive. So I forget the company's name. I wish I knew it, but shout out them because that shit was sick.
All right, let's keep it moving then. Lasmeeshma, what do you got before we get out of here?
After that last story, just everybody out there, just lighten the fuck up. You know what I mean? Lighten the fuck up.
Relax.
I pick my kid up. I watch kids play at school or whatever outside, like when she's on the street. Dude, kids will be at each other's throats, fucking
True.
hating each other. 5 minutes later, they're
It's over.
fucking best friends and they're playing again. Dude,
No issues.
adults, we're
It's
all.
over.
If you have a
Get over it.
minor disagreement with somebody, you don't talk to them
On
for 3
Facebook,
years, dude.
I'll never
Yeah,
speak to
For
them
real.
again. Yeah.
Everybody, let it go. Lighten
Life's
up.
short.
Jesus
Lighten the
Christ,
fuck
man.
up.
Sorry.
Agreed,
Go ahead.
man.
Nah,
Agreed,
you're not,
Liam.
dude. You're not wrong. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
100%.
couldn't agree more. Benoit, what do you got before we get out of here?
Got a big one. I want to shout out to the newest podcasty in the world. MB yesterday gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Max Harrison Podcasty
Oh,
is currently
shit.
All right.
resting in the University of Pennsylvania Hospital with his mother and father, who are doing really, really well. I also want to
Hell
note
yeah.
that I called my mom to congratulate her before my brother, who had the baby, did. So
He
I
might have a
wish
little
all
more
the
on his
best.
hands. He might have a little more
Oh.
on his hands than you, but
Well,
I hear you.
yeah, but I mean, I kept her in the mix when I was going through it twice, and I was like, I just want to
All
let you
right,
know,
good son.
congratulations.
Did you ever
No,
push him out of a fucking clubhouse like in the movie with Macaulay Culkin?
the good,
The good
I'm
son.
Elijah Wood? Wait, I'm Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, are you
Exactly.
pushing him out of
No.
the fucking treehouse?
the mom
definitely
makes the decision. Shout out Max Harrison Podcasy, born yesterday, 3 weeks early. So little guy, 6-pounder, 20 ounces. Everyone's doing great. Everybody's chilling.
Nice.
And I'm now an official. I'm a girl dad, but now I'm a boy uncle.
Hell
which is
yeah.
pretty tight.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Good deal.
Time to put the biggest expectations on them.
Yeah. Not wrong.
Dude, wait,
Finally,
guys,
a boy.
this is actually hilarious. I send out, right, so my son is playing his first soccer game. It's supposed to be Saturday, but it gets rained out, so they move it to yesterday afternoon, like for his practice. I sent out a text yesterday at 6:52. Boys team dominated. They won this to this. He had this many goals. At the exact same time, my brother Mike sends out at 3:57 today, Max Harrison Podcasy was born, with a picture of like his. We sent the text at the same time. I was like, oh wow, my headline just got fucking smoked on that one. Like 1 minute before, someone would have seen it. But what are the odds? What are the odds at the exact same minutes?
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Speaking of late headlines, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Strong Stem Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma Liam Reese, and the bad boy Benoit Podcast, Bern Podcasy. In case you're wondering, you find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You have us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok. Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspective@gmail.com, and please like and subscribe so we keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks for listening, and have a great weekend. Thanks. See you.
Man, I gotta say, Maddie, like even with a ton of bird walking, it's 9:47. Like I think we're really getting this particular.
The short,
down to kind of a. I think we got it. I think we kind of.
I think that's the way to go too.
I try to chop my stories down like more and more.
So did I, Liam. So much, so that we can, you tell the story, and then of course it brings up weird shit and just bird walk from there.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pace is really like, at least the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've been able to do like 40 minutes, 42 minutes, whatever, and get a really decent episode out. So
yeah.
Nice job, fellas.
No, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We've been, and plus too, I mean, if you saw last week, we had the numbers did a big jump, across all platforms, but like we did a big jump on the numbers, and I do think
I heard it's because of Tom's show.
It is not because of Tom's show. But it's bit like we did get some help from Chad Marks, but it really does help the length. It's the number one deterrent is the length of an episode. So yeah, really, really does help.
Who you got this weekend, Matt?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm so fucking out of touch with that shit, man.
Pieta and Izzy 4. Izzy's last chance to cement his legacy.
Oh shit, that's this weekend.
That's this weekend, and you got Joe Pfeiffer.
Yes.
You got Joe Pfeiffer, as Israel Adesanya, style bender versus Pojeda, the guy who Alex Pojeda, who knocked him the fuck out last time.
Yeah, he's the guy who got him like
and also beat him.
And
also beat him twice in kickboxing, so he's technically 3-0 against him.
That was the only show I ever did an MMA review on and watched all those fights. Remember, we took dudes in that.
The one dude, Matt, though, Joe Pfeiffer, Body Bag Pfeiffer. He fights out of Daniel Gracie's gym. Is Sean Brady and Arlovsky or Andre. The other fucking, how can I forget this? But either way, he fights out of Daniel Gracie's gym and wrestled for Haverford. Used to come around a lot and stuff. Had the roughest upbringing. But his nickname, how cool is that? His nickname's Body Bag because he just kills guys. Yeah. Joe Body Bag Pfeiffer.
Nice.
Oh, Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal is the.
Hold on. Is the co-main event, and it's in Miami. This is Jorge Masvidal in Miami with the King of 305. This is his last chance. Like if he,
I might take him back against the wall. I know. You have no idea. He was Burns is favored, but I'll take.
Not even favored. He's a huge underdog. Jorge's like a plus 300 and something.
He's plus 390. He's plus 390 right now.
I would take that in a heartbeat.
I'll take it just for the action. You know,
he was on Rogan just recently and was going over about how like everything in his life is built up to this. all he does is train wrestling anymore because he needs to make sure he can't get taken down. And he's like, and if Gilbert can't take me down, I'm fucking him up. And anybody that knows Gilbert
no
Burns,
chance.
if he don't get you to the ground, he gonna get fucked up. So I'm riding with the king of 305. I'm gonna put money on it. I put money on
it's
it.
worth a shot for
Yep.
those odds. For those odds, it's definitely worth a shot. Dude.
And he already said he's gonna retire.
What
if
is
he
it, Liam?
loses.
What is it?
Plus
What's-
390. Yeah, throw a quarter on that. That's
Yeah,
worth
fuck
it.
yeah, dude.
Which in
worth
fighting odds, if I translated that to football odds, that would be the Giants getting 32 points against fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah, no, right. That's exactly.
It's insanity. Insanity.
23.5 point dog.
A $390 underdog is insane.
You know what? I'm actually about to put it in now because I bet you that's going to come down.
Of
Closer
course,
we
it's
get-
in Miami, so
yeah,
everyone in
closer-
Miami is going to be putting money on Jorge.
Yep. Closer we get
sure.
to fight night, that's definitely going
The
to come
lower
down.
it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, Maddie.
Yo.
I don't
Yo.
know if we can do this for like copyright reasons, but for my birthday last week, Palazzi got me all of the 10 sauces from season 19 of Hot Ones.
Oh shit!
And so I have 10 bottles of each sauce, and all they were. Now we probably couldn't do it and say it was the Hot Ones sauces.
Yeah.
But for copyright reasons, but I do have 10 unopened bottles of season 19, which is, I think they just did season
Bern,
20.
is your
so,
camera off?
no, but I just
Oh.
had to walk outside because the fucking
Yeah.
baby's screaming over there.
Right. But no, I like that.
But
I
I
mean,
got them, so
I'm not
if
touching
you're looking
any of them.
I'm
But
gonna eat all of them. I'm gonna do my own challenge. But what
Yeah, I'm
saying
not
is
good
you
with
were-
spicy stuff. I don't
Damn.
like
you
it.
if you were looking for some horror show, I do have an entire bottle of Da Bomb Beyond Insanity. too.
Bern, if you want, I mean, I'll record and produce you if you want to go through the whole.
I'm gonna
list.
do it. I'm gonna do it. I mean,
Woof.
that's a 1,000,000%. There's nothing that's gonna stop me.
Are you that
gonna do
good
it.
with spicy food?
I
the
could do
fucking
'em.
chip 2 years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, I ate
mean,
the chip and it didn't it didn't kill me. It was hot.
I mean, it
but
wasn't
didn't,
great.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I had chili
I
Cheez-Its
love
this
hot
weekend
foods.
and almost fucking died. You know?
Yeah,
what
you're
I'm
also a
saying?
Metagon.
Yeah. Well.
I got it on for FanDuel Sportsbook, 25 gets you $90. It's plus
Hell
360. It's plus 360
So
there.
360,
That's
so
worth
it's already
the play.
moving.
Yeah,
It's already
that's
moving,
worth the
though.
play. That's
It's
definitely
already
worth
moving.
Get it early.
I just
So
took
yeah,
it.
think about something for live events or whatever. But
No,
I got.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yo, me and Steve, let's go.
I'm in, dog. I eat the hot.
Let's
hot
go.
as it
Let's
gets.
get
Dude,
some
so
wings.
this is what we'll do then. We'll do the trivia thing and we'll do 6 of the 10 hot sauces, right? So we'll be like, all right.
Losers.
We'll be like, all right, you got the first one. Like, if you get one wrong, you do the first one, right? If you get a second one wrong, if you get a second trivia question wrong, then you do the second one. If you get a third trivia question wrong, then you got to do the fourth one, the third one, and then fourth, and then the fifth, and then the sixth.
And then you gotta suck a dick.
And then you got two.
Oh,
You
not
imagine
mine.
smoking a
Not
bowl
mine.
after
Not
fucking
mine.
chugging hot
No.
sauce?
I don't want my dick. I don't want my dick anywhere near that mouth. man.
Damn it!
I don't
I'm
wanna keep
sorry.
that
I'm
away.
sorry. I got excited. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah.
but Maddie, the point is, you got me these
Oh,
sauces, and they rule, and I want to do them. But like, what are the odds that I'm going to dip into that 6 through 10 sauce for the rest of my life? Like, we might as well use them, because
Yeah, because they're
I'm
not
going
gonna
to
get
use
used.
a little bit. They're not going to get
Yeah.
used. I'm not going to go.
There
There
through
was a
all
one
of them.
that
Eventually
remember
start a
the
fire in
the
your
first super one. It was called like Dumbass. I used to get it all the
It's
time.
called.
If you
Oh,
put
yeah,
it was
yeah,
literally
yeah.
you put like a drop. It was like a donkey on it. You put a drop in like spaghetti sauce, and the entire
Holy
every person that
shit.
ate it went, "What the fuck? This is way too hot." I'm like, "What? How is that possible?" But you take one drop in your tongue, and your fucking face is numb for an hour.
Yo, let's get him out there for the trivia, Maddie.
Nice. Yeah. All
He's
right.
not paying attention. He's looking at that porn again.
No,
Dude,
Yeah,
where I
he's
set up
fucking
for the show,
stupid
there's a baseboard heater like right underneath this desk. And
You're just dying
when
right
it
now.
when it kicks on, sometimes I'll be sitting here like doing the show with you guys, and then it will get so
Sweat
fucking
dripping.
hot. Yeah, it will
That's
just start
too
getting
funny.
so hot. Like while
Well,
we're
the
talking.
funny thing is that every person's house is in a fucked up temperature right now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
whether you live in an apartment, whether you
Yep.
own, whether you rent, like no one has figured out. Like,
Either
okay,
too
it's
hot
39
or
it was 39 this morning, and it was
81
79
midday.
today, but it's gonna be 41 tomorrow morning. Like, yeah, it's just Pennsylvania, guys. You know.
Well, I'm
Welcome to-
afraid because I've baseboard with a hot water boiler. So if I turn the heat off now and then it gets cold again,
You're
then I have to
fucked.
kick all that
It's gonna
on.
take you
You have
quite
to
a
heat
while.
the
Yeah,
water
yeah.
up. Yeah, I'm gonna spend all that money on heating that water up again. So
And then
it's
by the time it
tough.
gets hot, it'll be warm again. It'll be like
Yeah.
two cold days.
Yep.
Nice.
Well,
all right.
All
Coming to the top, guys. Good shit tonight.
right, boys.
Stuff. I'll talk to you guys later. Good
All right,
stuff.
fellas.
See ya.